People can now move millions, tens, hundreds of millions of dollars around in 2 seconds on their phone. I wonder if we will see changes of banking regulation because it's just too darn easy to withdraw money now.
This is concerning for all crypto holders in America. Why did Signature Bank get shut down by the government?
Citing systemic risk, regulators shut down Signature Bank Sunday. The New York-based full-service commercial bank has 40 private client offices. The Wall Street Journal reported that Signature was reeling from a bet on crypto banking.
We know why Silicon Valley Bank and Silvergate Bank failed and why the FDIC had to step in. But why Signature Bank? There was a bank run, but Signature really didn't collapse the same way that Silicon Valley Bank collapsed. I know why. Dear God, insider politician Barney Frank openly admits that Signature was arbitrarily shuttered despite no insolvency because regulators wanted to kill off the last major pro-crypto bank. Colossal scandal. Frank, who helped draft the landmark Dodd-Frank Act after the 2008 financial crisis, just said in an interview, just admitted, there was no real objective reason that Signature Bank had to be seized. Quote, I think part of what happened was that regulators wanted to send a very strong anti-crypto message. Heard this independently from other sources as well, confirms Nick Carter, who's the chairman of the board for Coinmetrics, also general partner for Castle Island Ventures. He says Signature was executed last night, not due to any bank runs, but as a political scalp intended to be veiled by the fog of war. I suspected as much last night. This was confirmed today. Apparently, even the FDIC was surprised when Signature Bank was dropped into their hands. My conclusion, Nick Carter writes, is that politicians like Elizabeth Warren, together with regulatory bodies, fragilized crypto banks and encouraged runs against them, then used withdrawals as the pretext to close them down. This was meant to be a surgical operation, and it became a massive banking crisis. Because many are saying that Barney Frank might not be impartial, but here's some more evidence. Signature's asset portfolio was nowhere near as troubled as Silicon Valley Bank. See attached. The closure of Silicon Valley Bank seems unwarranted, as their assets' unrealized losses aren't that big compared to its overall asset base. Over the past few days, many experts have been confirming this. For instance, Meta Lawman of Vanderbilt Law, we just got confirmation from an insider that regulators are executing a plan to kill crypto. Barney Frank told Bloomberg Radio today that one, Signature Bank was shuttered because regulators wanted to send a message to get people away from crypto, and two, we, Signature Bank, were singled out to be the poster child for that message. Whatever you think of Barney's politics, Barney's always been candid, and he just said the quiet part out loud.
I am very disappointed in you.
Does anybody want to debate me on this? Does anybody challenge this? That the only reason that they shut down Signature Bank was to screw over crypto. It's no coincidence that Silvergate and Silicon Valley Bank also got wrecked because they were also very crypto friendly. If you appreciate us breaking down this message, like the video, comment your thoughts below, engage with this video. More people need to understand this. Bitcoin worked this weekend when banks didn't. Natalie Brunell on Fox Business.
I think it's notable to see that Bitcoin worked this weekend when banks didn't. New people joined the network, blocks were created, and new Bitcoins were minted on a predictable schedule, and it just worked. And this is what Bitcoin was designed for, because the current system, the problem with it is not just all the leverage and debt, but the trust. Satoshi warned us that banks are trusted to hold our money, but instead they lend it out in waves of credit bubbles with just a fraction in reserve. And so people just need to remember that when they give their money to the bank is making bets with your savings. It's not sitting there. It's not backed one-to-one. You're essentially trusting the bank to manage counterparty risk. And what you have in return is an IOU on the screen. And the difference with Bitcoin is you have a bearer instrument with no issuer that you can self-custody with no counterparty risk, and you don't have to trust anybody but yourself.
Lawmakers are saying this.
The industry is hoping dust will settle, things will quiet down. Maybe it'll even blow over. Guess again. Our federal regulators are coming to life, and they're bringing down the hammer on crypto.
Lawmakers should be thinking like this.
I just hope that lawmakers soon realize that Bitcoin is accretive. It's not destructive. It will make the world more stable, not less. It adds to the human experience, and it's a store of value competing with all the other assets for stores of value. And it does not destroy the dollar. Frankly, the dollar is dying by 1,000 cuts at the hands of bureaucrats who are taking us further and further into debt. And Bitcoin is a way to strengthen the whole system by presenting an alternative, a form of hard money tied to energy, decoupled from politics.
Do not forget, governments, politicians, lawmakers, they're going to do everything they can to try to control you. But the people are the ones with the power.
Yeah, but how will lawmakers print money for the next welfare program that curries favor or the next special interest that curries favor? If they lose control of fiat currency, if there's not a fiat central bank digital currency, if fiat currency is not in the driver's seat, don't they lose all of their power? Isn't that what they're really afraid of? I don't think they care about the economic message you just talked about.
I think that people sometimes forget that we hold the power. We're the ones electing them, and we get the government that we demand. And so they might be proposing ideas like a different kind of blockchain, a CBDC, a programmable political form of money controlled by the state. But that's not the answer. The answer is a decentralized alternative with a capped, finite supply that no one can manipulate and that no one can control. And Bitcoin offers that alternative.
Well, certainly Bitcoin has shined in a moment of truth for sure.
There's light at the end of this tunnel, my friends. The future is bright for crypto holders. Yes, certain politicians, like the head of the SEC, Gary Gensler, seem to be anti-crypto, but there are heads of other regulating departments of government, like the head of the CFTC, that are on the right side of history. Ethereum is a commodity, not a security, and the head has serious legal defenses to support his arguments.
In light of Chairman Gensler's recent suggestion that all digital assets except for Bitcoin are securities, what does that mean for a number of designated contract markets currently offering futures or swaps on Ether?
I've made the argument that Ether is a commodity. It's been listed on CFTC exchanges for quite some time. We would not have allowed the product, in this case the Ether futures product, to be listed on a CFTC exchange if we did not feel strongly that it was a commodity asset, because we have litigation risk, we have agency credibility risk if we do something like that without serious legal defense or defenses to sort of support our argument that that asset is a commodity.
We're in tumultuous times, ladies and gentlemen. Cryptocurrency is the future. Cryptocurrency will have another run. Now is the time to get involved. Follow Altcoin Daily for daily updates on Bitcoin, crypto, NFTs, and more. If you're a fan of Altcoin Daily, you're not a fan of me. You're a fan of yourself. You will believe in yourself. I'm just the espresso. I'm just a shot in the morning to get you going, to help you believe that you can do this. Get your tickets to Bitcoin 2023 Miami, May 18th through 20th, Miami Beach this year. Use code Altcoin Daily, 10% off. This is the biggest Bitcoin conference of the year. Ticket prices continue to increase as we get closer to the event. Use code Altcoin Daily, 10% off. Get your tickets now.